Before he was a saint, he was feared. He stole, he murdered, he ran with a gang of 75 men who left trails of blood through the Nile Valley. They called him Moses, but not the Moses of the burning bush. Not yet. This is the story of a man who was once a weapon and became a servant of peace. Moses was an Ethiopian slave in Egypt, cast out for his violent temper. He became a thief, a killer, and the leader of a gang that terrorized the countryside. Villages feared the name. Priests locked their doors. The stories say he was huge, strong, merciless, a man who lived by the sword and took whatever he wanted. One night, while hiding from authorities, Moses stumbled into the Egyptian desert. He sought refuge in a monastery of the Desert Fathers, Christian monks who had withdrawn from the world. They should have driven him away, but instead, they let him in. Moses stayed, at first out of convenience, but something in him began to change. The silence, the prayer, the fasting. They broke him open, struggled. The temptation to return to his old ways haunted him. At one point, he confessed to the abbot that he was still tempted by violence. The abbot told him, "Do not fight temptation alone. Cry out to God. Let him fight for you." He began to fast harder than any monk. He stayed awake to pray while others slept. Once thieves broke into the monastery. Moses, still strong, captured them. But instead of harming them, he dragged them to the chapel and said, "I will not hurt you. Do with me what you will." The thieves were so moved, they joined the monastery. Moses became known for his radical humility. When the monks gathered to judge another brother, they called on Moses to speak. He came to the meeting carrying a leaking jug of water on his shoulder. Monks asked, "What are you doing?" Moses said, "My sins run out behind me like water, and I do not even see them. And yet I come to judge my brother." And he left. The monks said no more. In his old age, word came to the monastery. A band of raiders was approaching. The monks prepared to flee, but Moses refused. He had once been a raider. He had lived by death. Now he would die by love, he said. "All who take up the sword shall perish by the sword. I have lived by the sword. Now it is time." He and 7 others stayed behind. They did not resist. They were killed, not as warriors, but as men of peace. St. Moses, the black, the Ethiopian, the bandit, the monk, left behind no writings, no church, no wealth. But his story still echoes, from wrath to repentance, from thief to saint, from murderer to martyr of mercy,